Alright guys, Stealth here, back with part 7 of Prison Architect. My prison has grown quite a bit since episode 1. I used to start out with only this block of cells and this one was added later. I had a small kitchen and a canteen here, but by now I have 96 prisoners out of 103 in here. I have a whole lot of people waiting to go in solitary. I have 10 actually in solitary, and I have a huge canteen up here so I can now get everyone fed. My income has gone up to 5,000 a day, so that's very nice, but I'm still not content with it. I want to make more money. Now, the thing I want to work on in this episode is grading. Grading is how your prison ranks. So, it has directly influenced the reoffending rate, which means how fast will I be seeing my inmates back, basically. The lesser the reoffending rate, the better. And I do want to have this thing up a bit higher. Now for that to be quick, I want to work on health, because reform you can't have negative, but this thing is actually giving me a negative penalty. So I need to do something to get rid of that -3. Now for that I can do several things. Let's see, grading. This guy is actually okay with health, but some of the others are not, I guess. Health -4. 1% of stay being well fed. 1 active addiction. Okay, so addictions are messing it up. -5. Active addiction. 5% of stay intoxicated. Brilliant. I wonder if a dog could find that. 1 active addiction. Seems like half the cell block is addicted to something. 5% with untreated injuries. That's interesting. Grading, -5. 12 penalties, 6% of stay intoxicated. I guess I'm gonna have to do something about that. The question is, what exactly? How could I make this happen? I already have a program, so that is being worked on. And that's, which was it again? Pharmacological, or the alcohol group, 6 in Q. Let's see, 20 places, 10 sessions, led by psychologists in the common room, session length 2 hours, each prisoner requires a chair. Okay, so it takes the room which has 6 chairs, which would be this one? Yeah, probably this one. So if I start another session, I will probably need another psychologist as well. Whoops, I was not planning on starting that just yet. Foundation Education Program, Pharmacological, here it is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could probably just add a bit more chairs to that common room, because they somehow don't actually use that common room. They just ignore it. There. That should help with the amount of people who can actually attend the session. Now I guess something happened, because my daily cash flow went down from 5,000 to 3,600. Well, I didn't exactly hire anyone else. That's interesting. Nothing happened. So why am I suddenly not making as much money? One thing I could start to work on to make sure that I get more income is increasing the capacity of my workshop. And by doing that, I can make sure that they export more products, and that way I hope to get a bit more money. Alcohol program, yeah, now we got a lot of people actually taking the course, that's better. Anyway, expanding your workshop is pretty expensive, because you have to make sure that you have more of these workshops, and those workshops, or those work things, are pretty expensive. They're 1,500 a piece. I might be able to add 1 or 2 more saws in here. Let's go with 1 saw and 1 press. I'm not sure if there's a need for a 1-on-1 ratio, but I guess for now let's go with it. Interestingly, not all prisoners are taking these showers. Some of them are just taking these showers. And this is turning into a major bottleneck. So, let's see what happens if we remove this wall. The shower heads will still stay in place, I know that. See, most of these guys didn't have a chance to shower, or they didn't need to. Hygiene, yeah, they did want to shower, but they didn't get an opportunity to. Brilliant. And again, there does not seem to be enough food in here. This is weird. What about my kitchen? Look at that, there's all sorts of food ready in the kitchen. And they are now starting to bring it towards the serving tables, which is a bit late if you ask me. Ideal situation would be to have those cooks deliver the meals directly to the canteen before the prisoners arrive. Because now it's creating a major bottleneck, everybody wants food. And this generally does not help with the atmosphere in the prison. Those prisoners will get very, very angry. Here's another food tray. Here's another one. Come on, put it down there. And get that thing eaten as quickly as possible. Okay, that was a bit of a weird sentence, but I suppose you know what I mean. If somebody has an idea about why these cooks are so slow to deliver this stuff to the mess hall, please let me know. Actually, the one thing I could imagine is that those cooks only start their shift at 8. Which means that they're going to be cooking. I need more time between 8 AM and cooking, or eating. If they only start cooking at 8 AM, then that means they're not having enough time to prepare the meals. That might be it. So instead, I could just move up their sleep routine a little bit. So sleep is going to be there. We're going to change the work schedule to have it about 4 hours in front of sleeping. So this one is sleep as well. This one is actually going to be free. Whoops. Free time. So say you take a shower there, then you have 5 hours of sleep, which is not a lot. Give them 1 more hour there. And if they can use free time as well to sleep, so I don't have to order them to sleep all the time. So now they have work time, sleep time, eat, shower, eat again. I could probably change that a little bit. Give them a bit more time in the yard and then more time to eat. Like that. This might work. This might work. So I thought people were taking this program. What the hell? Programs, what time is it? It's 1:30. So they should be at the alcohol group. 11. Ah, right, that thing has already passed. Okay. Unfortunately, there does not seem to be a tooltip for health, so I don't know exactly how I can get this up, other than by providing better meals, keeping everybody well fed, and making sure everybody is healthy. A lot of prisoners working in the kitchen. Look at that. If they decide to riot, I'm going to have quite something to worry about. And of course they keep trying to smuggle stuff out. So by now we have a lot of food trays here. We have quite a bit of food trays still on the table. So they are now in the yard for a couple hours, and then at 6 they're going to have dinner. What's contraband? Contraband here. Whoa, narcotics is high again. Okay, we're going to search all the cell blocks. I don't want to do a shakedown just yet, I just want to do a cell block search. Now I know I have this room available for extra cells, but right now I just don't want to do that yet. I first want to make sure that everybody is getting fed, because that eating thing is turning into a problem. And I need a bigger yard, because everybody's cramped up in this area, and they are probably not enjoying that. And I think that adding a couple of toilets here would be nice for these guys, because they do need bladder time. Okay. So how about we just put a toilet out in the open? Is there a utilities? Yeah, here it is. That would be okay. Objects. Toilet. Now, it's a bit weird to have a toilet out and open in the yard, but so be it. Now again, there's not a lot of food here. They're all waiting. The moment food is being put down, you can immediately see all these prisoners descend upon it. They really want to get that food. Needs. Food is being worked on, but not fast enough. Here's another chef bringing in new meals. Some of these guys still look hungry. Holy hell. These guys were almost ready to get out of here. Now, by cracking down like this, I hope to completely remove the demand for or remove the supply of narcotics. Of course, demand's still going to be high. As you can see from these tunnels, they are now no longer considered closed cells, so the prison capacity has gone down a little bit until I remove those tunnels. Geez, this is starting to look like a highway. Everybody had dug from their toilet into this area. Might that be where the big tubes are? No. So they're not going through the water supply. Interesting. His health is actually okay. He's not addicted, he's staying well fed. I might need to increase the yard a little bit, and by doing that I can also expand my array of sporting machines, weight benches, etc. I think that's the only thing that I have to increase the health, in the sense that I can increase the amount of exercise these guys are getting. Because I don't have a lot of those right now, if any. Yeah, I got a couple of them. Okay, I believe this qualifies as a yard, right? No, it doesn't. Well, it should. And now we can put a couple more of those exercising machines down there. Weight benches. Here we go. A lot of drugs being found again. Now that we have everything searched, let's have a look at where it all came from. Contraband, last 24 hours. Cigarettes. Being thrown in? Really? So they now throw it completely over my double perimeter wall. Okay, suppose it's possible. Drugs. Thrown in. Drugs. How the hell are they doing this? I thought my double fence was enough. Apparently it's not. Well, that sucks. I have limited the amount of tools and weapons in my prison a little bit, but narcotics is still high. Okay. Let's go back to contraband. Where has contraband been found? Poison. Stolen from the infirmary. There's a guest not there to take stuff. A saw. Sure, somebody just threw a saw over the fence. What I could do is just put fences around all of the zones they are not supposed to get into, which in this situation might actually be a good idea. So say like that, and then they have no reason being there. They have no reason being behind this cell block. There, this could help with my problem about people still getting contraband. Let's see how their needs are being met. Food is high, hygiene is high. So we can designate this as yard, so they have a bit more room. Yard. There. Now it's going to be interesting to see if they can throw stuff over this amount of walls. And now I can start to build in this section of the prison with, or when I have more money, because I don't have a lot of money. Let's see, contraband. Was it thrown in from anywhere else? Last 24 hours. Cocaine. Came from there. All sorts of stuff trying to be smuggled in through the main section. The main entrance. Okay, so most of it is getting detected, which is good. This one smuggled in by the prisoner. How? It was detected here. Okay. Oh, it was just smuggled in like that. Yeah, right. That's nice. Some of these guys are still hungry. Is anyone trying to take my class on alcohol therapy? Yes, some of them are. 7 in the queue, 14 finished, a couple passed. Now, yard time. And they are actually using the exercise machine, so that's good. There was definitely a need for this stuff. Got a very, very lonely prisoner here. Oh, and my dog... Whoa! I missed a part. Yep, I did not put a fence there. And that's how they're getting through. So that's not acceptable. Materials, rooms, objects, put a door here. Just so we can go through there if we really want to. Because now my dog handler is also stuck, right up until this part of the fence is done. There, that covers that. Eating time. Again, we have to wait for stuff to be brought in. Why? Someone was being attacked. Look at all that blood. Needs. Food is now actually being met, finally. But I would like to go down all the way, so I could hire another cook. Maybe that will solve my problems. Cook. I already have 8 of these guys. How many more do I need? 9. Now I have 1 in 10. So 1 cook for every 10 prisoners. I think that should be enough. So, a bit of free time now. Grading is still 31%. Coverage 75%. Wow. Let's recruit some more CIs. Contraband, informants, potential CI. Unfortunately, I can't see these guys when they're in solitary. You. Recruit as informants. Okay, Mr. Fairbarn, what can you tell me about my prison? You have 75% coverage. We know that this guy has... what's that, a pickaxe? Search this cell. They're still throwing in stuff, but that was 4 hours ago, before I managed to cordon off this area. We know that this guy has booze. Oh damn it, he already left. Okay, let's activate someone else. 58%. Yeah, found that pickaxe. You're in trouble. Search this cell block, just to make sure nobody's digging its way out of here. Okay. He's telling me there's a pair of scissors being thrown in, but that's not an area where prisoners can go. Or at least you'd think so. This one is being arranged 1.5 hours ago. What can you tell me about these things? Yeah, we are searching the cell blocks, so that's okay. We should be able to find those booze with that booze soon enough. This is turning into a small pharmacy. Let's see, what else can you tell me? This guy has a needle. Or something like it. And we know that there is something in here. So, I don't know why they consider this a cell block, but let's search the kitchen anyway. And this guy is being targeted. That's not good. Protective custody. Yeah, suspicion is extreme. I might have kept him in here too long. That means that I'm going to reassign this area. I already had... No, come on. Deployment. I already had this thing as protective custody once, and I'm going to do it again. So hoping that that way those guys are a little bit safer. By the way, I can get a couple of more prisoners in here. Reoffending chance is still 28% for this guy. Let's see if we can actually find someone who has a low reoffending chance. 13%. That's better. Reform. He's taking all of the programs, so that's good. I should be able to assign a bit more jobs here. Or not. Great. I can only have 6 people working here. So as many as I have workshops, saws, and presses. Can I get a bit more grants? Government security ratings. Assigned to dog handlers, assigned to armed guards. Education. Oh yeah, that was the thing about having 20 school desks. Have 5 prisoners get the general and 15 pass foundation. Carpentry. Cell block D, inmate nutrition. No, I'm not gonna do that. It's too much of a hassle to do that. So how's contraband doing now? Yeah, now it's going down. Probably because I also searched quite a lot of these cells. Let's get the 3rd cell block operational. Or actually the 5th. Or 6th even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be number 6. Expand the prison capacity to 120. Now just to make sure, is my prisoner actually in protective custody? Where is that guy? He's here. Okay. Contraband, informants. Suspicion is extreme. He has absolutely no information about the prison anymore. We're gonna have to escort that guy to his cell. Okay, so at this point, 5 AM, these cooks start getting to work. The meals have been prepared, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now there should be enough meals for everyone. And this part of the yard is of course a bit ridiculous. Got a couple more prisoners coming in to get my prison up to 98 prisoners again. I think it's about... oh, it's not eating time yet. Hygiene time. How is sleep need actually? It's still being worked on, okay. So what happens if they stop sleeping at 8? To 50 prisoners say they still need sleep. So I think I don't have enough sleep in this program right now. So I'm gonna have to change my regime a little bit because they're getting 7 hours of sleep. It should be enough. We can add 1 hour of sleep there at the end. Protective custody. I could have this guy doing something else. You're gonna keep sleeping at that time. You're not gonna shower with the rest of the population. You're gonna shower earlier. You're gonna eat earlier. Then you're gonna be in the yard, just to avoid prisoners. Let's say I'm giving you a lot of yard time here. You're gonna eat earlier than the other prisoners. And I'm gonna get you a bit more free time like that. Okay, somebody's tunneling. Search the cell block. Now there should be more than enough food here. Hopefully this finally solved the problem. That's better, guys. Everybody's now eating. You can see this thing just going down very, very quickly. This is what I wanted all along. Where are they finding all of this material? In the cells, in the cell blocks. Interesting. Keep working on that cell block. It's usually pretty pricey to get a new cell block operational, but those things have a pretty high return on investment, so you should be able to get your money out of it quite quickly. Just setting the thing up is usually a pain. See, now I can only get about 3 beds before I have to stop because I'm starting to run out of money. Why am I not getting a lot of money anymore? Finance. I had an incident. Something happened. Question is, what happened? Oh, a dead guy. Where? And who? Dead. I would not be surprised. No, actually. I was gonna say I was not gonna be surprised if this was the guy who was in protective custody here. But he's still alive. So they killed someone else. Probably a confidential informant. I think. Health -5. Yeah, getting killed will do that to you. He's only been here for 3 hours? That was just downright unlucky then. Ex-law enforcement. So yeah, he was being targeted immediately. This guy is looking at serious solitary time. 36 hours. As you can see, by the time that you got a big prison going, it's really going to get hard to manage this thing. And I'm looking at 95 prisoners. I've seen prisoners or prisons which have about, I don't know, 200, 300 prisoners rolling around in there. Yeah, could somebody get this guy out of there? That'd be great. Guys, what the fuck? This is not an area where you should be. Deployment. Staff only. Get them out of there. Because guess what they're doing. Just guess. Exactly. Contraband. Still a high supply of narcotics. Where the hell is that come from? Where does this flow come from? Last 24 hours. Poison. I suppose that could be qualified as narcotics. It's not luxury goods anyway. Thrown in. Really? Okay. They're trying to smuggle it in through the kitchen. It's being found. The dog found it. And then he came back here and the dog found it again. What the hell? He took this thing all over prison. Narcotics or alcohol. How did that get in? It just got smuggled in. Yeah, because this is how you do it. Maybe these metal detectors are out of place. Maybe you need to have those metal detectors right there, right when they enter the gate. Right then I can see exactly what they're carrying. And by doing that I might be able to disrupt the flow of materials like that. And then we're going to assign this dog to do a very, very small patrol, even smaller than it is. I just want you to keep going back and forth here. That's all. Objects, metal detectors, they're being disassembled here. Now I know that for a very short amount of time this is going to cause a gap in my prison defenses. Like that, and then... oh, they should already be hooked up. We can have a secondary guard, so not like that, but a guard patrol. And have him over there. So that if something does go through the metal detector, he's either gonna get searched by the dog or by the other guard. There you go. Getting a high meal variety might also help with the amount of health points I'm getting. It's gonna make it a lot more expensive. Screw it, I'm not doing that. Let's see if I open it up to new prisoners. I'm gonna get 10 guys, which is too much at this point. Maybe if I can get a couple of jail doors in, I can get those prisoners in and get the cash flow, because I will need that. So, a bit more cells. And then I have 90 or 105 capacity, so I can open it up to more people. Let's do a search of that cell block. All sorts of weapons. Needs very, very hungry inmates. Hygiene's always an issue. Recreation is still something I have to keep an eye on. Contraband. At least they're not getting a lot of weapons, so if they want to kill somebody, they're going to have to do it using their fists, which is taking a lot more time. And by then I should have a guard in there. Luxuries. I don't really care about luxuries that much. Let's see, some of these guys are already up. They need food or alcohol, yeah, you wish. Needs sleep. Okay, so sleep is now better, now that I've given them an extra hour of sleep. Let's slowly get this thing operational. Add some jail doors. There, cells to 110. Hygiene should be okay. What the hell are they doing bringing drills into my prison? I have to find something to change here, because it's causing a huge bottleneck right now. Whoa, whoa. Deaths. Got a dead prisoner here. At least one of them. So he was a snitch. Known informant. A lot of those guys going down lately. So let's just dismiss all of my confidential informants. Can I just, I don't know, delete those guys? Yeah, I can, like that. This guy's suspicious, Mr. O'Malley. He's still a confidential informant. Where are you taking him? To solitary? What did he do? So they found drugs on you, didn't they? Intoxication, found drugs. Yep. Grading. 32%. Health is very, very bad. Intoxicated and 2 active addictions. Great. Okay guys, work time. This laundry room is looking like absolute crap. All these prison uniforms on the floor. Let's add a couple of ironing boards to get that out of the way. And these guys are producing license plates. And I think that does help with the income, but not that much. Exports, about 1,000. Okay. Hey, what's this? 21 prisoners of serious complaints. Oh yeah. What about hygiene, food and sleep, maybe? Exercise? Grading, 30. Good. It's increased a little bit. Why the hell are they all cramped up on this small piece of yard? And why the hell are you being... Okay, we got a tunnel, guys. We got a tunnel. Okay, I'm gonna change this up a little bit. Once yard time's over, I'm gonna relocate most of my yard facilities to there, because they're all stuck on this small piece of land, which is absolutely useless. So yard time's over right about now. And by then I can dismantle these objects, so I can put them in somewhere else. This is no longer part of the yard. We got a couple of tunnels here again. Search the cell block. So that's no longer part of the yard. Let's see, this is no longer part of the yard. There, that's the yard. Something like that, a couple of phone booths in there to keep these guys happy with calling their family. We keep finding tunnels, but they're not going anywhere. A lot of stuff being found again. Contraband. Yeah, we found all the tools and all the weapons in the prison. That's good news. Let's see how it's going on my front door. So these metal detectors are operational, but the last couple of hours I have not found anything here. So that's all going well. Excellent. Excellent, excellent. Now, God, another tunnel? Where does that even come from? Ooh, I spotted a weak point. There is a metal detector there, but not one there. So I do have to put a metal detector there to make sure that they're not smuggling in anything once they've gone through the visitation. That's better. Close the prison. I cannot take on 11 new prisoners right now. Just can't do it. Still 30%. Health has gone up a little bit. That's great. How are my programs? How's the reform? That's also going to get me a couple of points. I should be able to have more people in the kitchen. There. Kitchen safety net. Why is there... Each prisoner needs a cooker. Voluntary, practical, easy. 5 sessions. Why are there only 5 prisoners here? Well, I have a lot more cookers. That's weird. Anyway. Money's coming in again. We can focus on getting these cells up. Objects. Throw in some beds. So far in 39 days I haven't had a riot yet, but I have had a couple of deaths. I've had 6 deaths now, 4 escapes, so I'm not doing that well on that area. 1 day without an incident. Food's pretty expensive, guard wages are pretty expensive. I think the population here in this part of the yard is way too high. This is no longer part of the yard, gents. Go find somewhere else to play. I'm gonna relocate everything we have from one yard to the next. And of course I can use those common rooms, that's okay. Common room. Okay, this is where they spent their free time. I was hoping that they would use that time to... or that they would use their time in the yard to actually do some of these things, but apparently they don't. Objects, phone booths. Let's also relocate those pool tables. I need a couple of lights in here. I have absolutely no idea what's going on. There was a sort of garden light, I think. Status light. That's not what I was looking for. Objects. An outdoor light of some sort. Oh, I guess it's just gonna be lights. Let's see if that helps. It's not exactly what I was looking for. But I think that they now have changed the... Yeah, it is what I was looking for. Those light pillars. Okay, then it's just gonna be putting up a ton of those. Considering that those guys can go to the yard at night, I want to keep eyes in there. Looks like a Christmas tree by now. There, and that's that done. Finish up with these beds. Throw in a couple of jail doors, get these cell blocks operational. Finally. As you may have gathered, focus on this game is still not my strong suit. I keep jumping from project to project. That's of course because there is so much to do in Prison Architect. There's so many projects you can work on that it's not always easy to actually stay focused. Looks like there's been another fight here. We got 20, or almost 20, we got 19 new prisoners inbound. So they got their work cut out for them. That should give my cash flow a boost, maybe up to 5,300 or something like that. Speed it up. Yeah, it was a good idea to put a metal detector here, because they have been trying to get stuff in here. Definitely. Contraband, yep, narcotics is up again. They keep smuggling this shit in. How? Through there? Through there. Okay, I'm gonna have to make sure that they cannot get into that area anymore. Deployment. Staff only. Staff only. Anywhere I don't want them to come is staff only. There. Oh god, I still have this area designated as a yard. That's why they're still hanging around here. Guys, the yard has been relocated. Didn't you get the memo? It's out there. Thank you. And by the time they get there, they're gonna turn around and go for some food. Yeah, somebody's been in a fight. Look at all that. All this blood here. Jesus. I think it's time to put an armory up. Just to make sure that I can have a lot of guys with guns suppressing my inmates. Programs, drug addiction, 13 in the queue, 7 passed. It's taking forever to get these guys to pass. Foundation education program, 50%, 50%, 48%, so that's all pretty okay. Alcohol group, 6 passed. Wow. If I can just get these things disassembled and reassemble them in the yard, I can put more chairs up here and get more people involved in those group sessions about the alcohol prevention. Wow, suddenly I got a ton of cash flow. Where'd that come from? Because those new prisoners haven't even arrived yet. Exports yesterday were very, very high. That's probably it. Okay, so we got the cells done. We got that part done. Add some chairs. That should have more than enough chairs to make sure everybody gets a seat in the alcohol prevention program. Now there's a guard patrol here, but I don't need him here anymore. I can just assign him to a different area, such as my new yard. I'm going to assign 2 guards to that, just because there's usually a ton of people working, or a ton of prisoners in the yard. Programs. Reschedule all the programs. Is there a maximum amount of people? 10 places. Brilliant. Session length 1 hour. Maybe that chair thing didn't really work. Okay, 90 new prisoners in 90 minutes. Food is ready to go. Guys are now taking a shower. Needs, hygiene, sleep's being met. Everybody's pouring into the showers. Now I'm thinking of automating this stuff so that more prisoners have to go through, or have to go to this building up there. How could I go about doing that? First off, I need to really control the flow of prisoners. So put a fence there. Put a fence there. This is a no-go zone. Now that's more income. 9,000 almost. And I do not want more prisoners right now. Okay, next episode is going to be automation, making sure that more prisoners use this shower room up here in the north, just because I have a lot of shower capacity there and not so much down here. So I will need to work on that. I also want to get my grading a bit better. It's back up to 32. I had it down to 30, but I guess having another death is not exactly beneficial to your points. Also, security has to improve, reform is being worked on, but that's something that goes really slowly. So next up, automate, build an armory, and make sure I have a bigger classroom so I can adhere to that grant, get some more money, and make sure I have more prisoners taking more reform, hopefully getting a lesser reoffending rate. So thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed. If you did, consider hitting that like button below. If you want to keep up with my prison, if you want to see how it goes, how it expands, hit the subscribe button. And if you have any tips for me on how to improve my game, let me know in the comments. Again, thanks for watching and see you in the next part.